Just going to define maybe like is it locks of hair? Larger masses anyway. And it's going to be a flow. I want to try to keep it light because, like I said, it's hair. So even if it's dark hair, I want to try to keep it light because it is flowing. And we want to make sure that it doesn't lose that airiness or that, you know, that light energy. So it has movement. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Like I said, it will look more because it's loose and it's a finishing, and then, like I said, it's a little open to interpretation. I think sometimes when the pencils are loose, you kind of have to do what's, you know, comfortable and try to mimic the penciler as much as you can, but you cannot be that person. You can't be them. You can't. So you kind of have to do something that will look natural and that will work with what they have going on. And it comes with a lot of, comes with experience and confidence. The two things I currently do not have at the moment, but we're just going to go with it. So I put the nib down. We're going to go. I'm just going to do a small section. I'm not going to do the whole thing just because nobody wants a video that long. Right, guys? So I'm going to go in and say, let's see. Hair flows that way, some chunks this way, a little feathery part that comes towards the front here. So I'll just say top part. I did watch a Jim Lee video, so the top of the mountain is light. So I'm going darker underneath here. Underside, where that part catches the light. Maybe another piece under there. I'm sure if Jim were to watch this, he might be cringing. It's your fault, Jim. It's your fault. Okay. So this, maybe this chunk sits in front of this here. So I'm gonna go, maybe there's dark there. Alrighty. I think our primary goal is to get this thing inked. Secondary goal is maybe make Jim Lee cringe. Probably Scott too. Okay. Like I said, as I'm working, there'll probably be a lot of quiet time, so y'all entertain yourselves. And does that look like hair yet? It's kind of hard to work with this sheet here, but I have it taped up so you don't see everything. Okay. See, I made a boo-boo. I should have done this part first. Now this is wet, and I want to work in this area. just to make sure everything works well together. Sometimes I'll jump around. But like I said, I made a boo-boo, and I'm going over it again, so now it's really going to take a little bit longer to wait for that to dry. And with working with brush, I'm sure a lot of, inkers do this too, but I do rotate my page quite a bit. This I've already done with that quill, that nib. So this piece of hair, I want to say, is more on top, in front. I'm trying to keep the top part light, so darn it, this paper is here, but we're going to try to work around it. So under the hair that folds over, that's blowing in the wind like that. So underneath is this. I'm going to do my best to get under there. Okay. So something I'm working on right now is trying to be less fussy and less perfect and more, because sometimes that makes it all like really stiff. So trying to, and just looking back at some old stuff, I feel like, like neat, clean is nice, but it just doesn't have as much excitement or energy, and it's not as much fun to look at. It might be pretty to look at, but maybe not as much fun. So I'm working on being less fussy and less fussy, more fun. And sometimes you don't realize you establish like quite a habit, and it becomes so secondary that it is hard to break out of it, even when you try. Like when you try to be messy, it's still too damn clean. So working on it, and sometimes you stay clean because the confidence isn't quite there. I'll leave that. I can do a little line there, but I think I'll leave that for now. I can always come back later if I feel like I need to do that. So after everything is kind of inked, I'll look at all of this together to see if it works. You might have to thicken a few things, or maybe add more blacks here or there, just to so it's not like you throw down something and then it stays there forever. You can't touch it or you can't fuss with it. You can still, often you will have to come back and make some adjustments. So I want, I'm still making it up as I go, because sometimes things kind of unfold for you and you work with it. So be flexible. And try not to be too meticulous, because like I said, that kind of kills the flow and it kills the energy, and you accidentally make it all like too stiff, and it's counter to what it needs to be, which is like just kind of light, airy, blowing in the wind, sexy hair. Okay, just a little bit of that now. So I can go in, this is dry, so I can go in. Sometimes you do the line first, sometimes you do the blacks first. Adjust accordingly. And okay, so maybe I'll do this line here. Just go ahead and define that out. Let's see. Oh, see, now I want to work here, and that's wet. So this is the fun part of inking, is if you jump around a lot, you have to be mindful of where you were working last. And you go back and touch it up so it stays wet for a while. And make it more challenging for yourself, like the dork that you are. I am. And with brush, I know everyone has different techniques. Sometimes you pull towards, sometimes you pull away. Which is right? There's no right. It's just whatever works. Sometimes you do a little bit of both, and some may have more of a habit to just do one or the other. But I do a little bit of both. And let's see. So maybe the hair curves this way. So on the side might be dark. I'm sorry, Mr. Lee. Okay, so it's dark because it follows little S-shaped hair. And and it curves back up around again. So I want to say this part stays light. I might want to making decisions as I go. So I want to keep it, like I said, I want to keep this whole thing light and airy because her hair is actually blowing up this way. So I'm trying to keep it light and airy. And I'll probably keep that. Like maybe I can do a single strand instead. Since this is wet, I don't want to rotate this way and smear ink all over here. And if you do, it's okay. You just go back in and, you know, touch it up later at the end, but try not to. Okay, so oops, that happens a lot. Okay. I think this is a long enough session, right guys? So I'll come in and do a little bit more. I'll break up these videos, and you're not going to see the whole thing until it's done and sent to the owner of this commission. And we will do little videos. You and me, will do these little videos as I go. And yeah, there you go. All right, guys, just a little session. And thoughts as I'm working. Thanks for joining me. Till next time. Bye. Bye.